developers you work with want to take on their platform? I mean, obviously for somebody like Netflix, somebody like Twitter, they're going to do pretty much everything. But a lot of developers have difficulty justifying the cost of, two platforms, and they're basically looking at iPhone and Android right now.
The way that I look at that is that there's several populations of developers in the world. There's developers that are targeting existing platforms like the iPhone or Android. There's developers that are web developers that aren't targeting either of those. And there's developers that are that we consider Microsoft developers that know our tools. We are seeing activity in all of those groups building apps. There's developers who are on these other platforms who are looking for another opportunity, and they're absolutely investing. There's developers that are currently called web developers that see how easy it is to take their web service and their back end and fold it into a Windows Phone application using our powerful tools and do that in a high quality way. They're doing it. And of course, we basically turned existing Microsoft.NET developers into Windows Phone developers overnight by betting on .NET as part of the platform for Windows Phone. So we're seeing great progress in all those camps.
I think there's also two aspects that I think will get people excited. One is if you have good tools and it's not that hard to build an app, at least to get started. That actually, you show these types of demos typically at sort of mobile developer events and at user groups. Generally we're seeing super positive feedback from people that are like, wow, looks really cool. What you just built took me a week to do it on something else. And so, I think you're going to see an awful lot of interest of people that are going to download it. It's super easy to get started, as you saw. It's super easy to build that first app. I think developers tend to have a naturally inquisitive side. And if it's fun and it's cool and you can build something great, you're going to see a lot of interest. I think the other thing that is going to help us a lot is the consistency and the focus on attention and polish. And that does mean, versus some other platforms, developers are able to build an app once and not have to worry about 18 different ways that it's going to look like on different devices. And I think that's going to help as well in terms of both the consumers buying the apps, but especially also the developers not having to customize them on tons of different chassis.